Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we dig into the sources you send our way. Today we're tackling a bit of the Tamiya puzzle. The legendary 110 scale RC Frog came out in '83, made a massive splash, didn't it? I mean, for so many people, that was their first real RC kit. I'm building my Hornet, but honestly, the Frog always seemed like the cooler older brother. But here's the thing that's always puzzled folks. Unlike the Hotshot, unlike the Hornet, which were also huge, no Frog Jr., no 132 scale mini 4WD version ever. So we've gone through the sources you sent, and it looks like there was this perfect storm of reasons why. Three main things that just collided. It really comes down to some surprising, maybe even counterintuitive engineering and strategic realities.
Yeah, it's fascinating, isn't it? And the biggest piece, really, the main reason, it's actually technical impracticality. Sounds a bit dry, but it's quite interesting. You see, the early Mini 4WD chassis, the Type 1, that was used for the Hotshot Junior, the Hornet Junior, models like that. They were designed as simple, cement-free, snap-together kits. Very accessible. And buggies, like the Hornet or the Hotshot, they had these distinct body shells, right?
Yeah.
Separate pieces. So Tamiya could easily make smaller, hollow versions of those bodies to just pop onto that standard Mini 4WD chassis. Straightforward. But, and here's where the Frog throws a wrench in the works, its 110 scale design was, well, revolutionary. It had that ORV space frame chassis. It was this exposed kind of rib cage-like structure,
Right.
with all the components sort of hanging out. Its whole iconic look was the chassis. It wasn't a body sitting on top of a frame.
Ah, okay, so they couldn't just shrink down a Frog body and stick it on the standard Mini 4WD piece.
Ah, precisely. There was no separate body in the same way. To do a faithful Frog Jr., they would have needed a totally new Mini 4WD chassis mold, one that replicated that really complex, intricate space frame.
Wow.
Yeah, and that would have been incredibly fiddly, delicate, even at that small scale, and just way too expensive to produce. It basically flew in the face of everything the Mini 4WD line was about back then. Simplicity, toughness, low cost.
So it was uneconomical, but also just technically a massive headache.
Exactly. Just not feasible for that specific product line's goals. And this technical problem, it kind of dovetails into the second factor, the timing, the sort of chronological mismatch and strategic shifts. Think about it. The Frog RC came out in 1983. The Racing Mini 4WD series, which is where the junior models lived, launched in 1986.
Okay, so there was a window there.
There was, but Tamiya, quite logically, focused first on adapting their more recent hits, the 85 Hotshot, the 84 Hornet. They were newer and, crucially, easier to adapt, as we just discussed. By the time they might have circled back to the Frog Challenge, things were already changing again. December 1988 rolls around and boom, the Avante Junior arrives. And with it, the brand new Type 2 chassis.
Right, the Avante was a big deal. Different direction.
Total different. The Type 2 was Tamiya's first on-road Mini 4WD chassis. The whole focus of the Mini 4WD line pivoted. Suddenly, it was all about competitive track racing. Aerodynamics, lower ride height, slick tires became the priority.
Ah, so the idea of doing these, nostalgic off-road buggy replicas just wasn't the focus anymore.
Pretty much, yeah. The product line evolved past that concept. It was about performance on the track. The Frog, amazing as it was, represented the old style by that point, at least for Mini 4WD.
So putting it all together for you listening, the missing Frog Jr., it really wasn't Tamiya forgetting or dropping the ball. It was this convergence. Its unique chassis design made it technically incompatible with the simple Mini 4WD format. Plus, the timing wasn't quite right, and then the whole strategy for Mini 4WD shifted focus away from that kind of model. It's a pragmatic decision, really. But that definitely doesn't mean the Frog was forgotten. Its legacy is huge. Tamiya brought it back in other ways, didn't they? Like that cool 1/16 scale Tamtech Gear Frog RC in 2006.
Yeah, that was a great little machine.
And they even re-released the original 110 kit back in 2005. Still popular.
Absolutely. It found its audience again.
It's just a really neat case study, I think, in how deep these design choices go and how things like, manufacturing costs and market trends can shape what actually gets made, even for really beloved products. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other iconic products out there might have similar hidden stories behind why certain versions or variations never happened? Something to think about.